This is a Your Last Resorts production.
Hey guys, it's your host Brandon Lejean of the Your Last Resort podcast. Just a quick reminder that we have stickers available if you guys want them. Feel free to email me or message me. We got t-shirts like the one that I'm wearing here, Sophisticated Lifestyle times Your Last Resort, limited edition collab. So get them while they're still available. You can find that link in my bio too. Guys, make sure you rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast. Please, please, please. It helps with the numbers. It helps get new people listening. Thank you guys so much. Without a further ado, enjoy the episode. And welcome back to the Your Last Resort podcast with your host, Brandon Lejean, aka The Shoe Comic. This week is a great friend of mine, a former teammate at Murray State, one of my good friends, one of the truly nicest people I know, Austin Dalton, aka AD, Big Kentucky. How you doing, buddy?
What's happening, brother? How's it happening over there at the west side, as they say?
It's nice, man. I'm watching all of y'all sitting in snowstorms and shit get shut down. I went on a walk today in the sun because it was 65 degrees out here. So, I can't complain. You're feeling a little froggy though today, right? Feeling a little froggy.
A little froggy, man. You know.
That's good. We'll check up on the froggy meter throughout, and maybe some people will catch on eventually. Some people won't. You never know. But all right, man. I want to give you a would you rather right now. Get your thoughts flowing, get the juices going. All right. Would you rather be knocked out by Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson? And why? See, my fear of Mike Tyson is that there could come with he could bite my ear off. He could bite your ear off in the process of knocking me out. But I think Ali's
I just know if I get knocked out by Mike Tyson, that hopefully he'll fucking give me a good old pep talk afterwards, man. Maybe a little 8-ball of cocaine.
Listen here, AD. Take this 8-ball. I know your nose is broken, so you won't even feel it when it goes up. But you take that fit right there. You'll be feeling amazing. You're gonna get that pep talk right there, bro.
Oh yeah. Mike Tyson's a real good guy now.
Yeah. No. Mike Tyson's super fun to listen to in interviews. I couldn't believe. Oh, his hot boxing with Mike Tyson is such a good good podcast. So many funny people on it. Even Bill Burr was on it, and he was like, "No, I don't really want to smoke with him," and he just smoked a cigar, and they were hilarious. Did you hear in a Rogan interview? And I do a bit about this on stage, but they asked him what it was like preparing for a fight, and he said that he gets so turned on at the thought of knocking someone out and inflicting pain on them that he would literally get full-blown erections and sometimes come thinking about knocking out his opponent.
I can absolutely see it. I think he would knock out people before they even get in the ring.
Yeah.
He was talking about some of them on his hot box where he was just he psyched them out even before then. They were staying in the same hotel, and he'd be beating on the fucking walls and shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
getting them all
smart.
these. Yeah. Well, I think he was talking with Bill Burr, where I can't remember. It was a white guy, probably the one that was fucking.
Sounds like Bill Burr. He's white. You're halfway there.
No. I'm talking about when Mike Tyson knocked out that one. Really, I'm not really going names. He knocked out.
I know who. Yeah, the white. I'm not gonna know the name either, but I get what you're saying. He was a white boxer. He knocked out.
Yeah, and he said right afterwards they went and did drugs together. I don't even know where I was going.
No, yeah, okay. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, he was talking about how it was never that personal for him. Even though he hated people, after the fight, a lot of times he just was cool with the people because they're the 1% echelon that are brave enough to fight each other and fight Mike Tyson. There's got to be some level of respect. It's not just some douchebag in a bar. It's a guy who trained and at least somewhat gave him a challenge. Not all of them did, but some of them.
Yeah.
So who you get knocked out by, Ali or Tyson?
Tyson, 100%.
Tyson, okay, yeah.
He's quick, clean. Ali would just talk your fucking chops off, dog, before he'd hit you.
Yeah. He would make it last. He wouldn't just one punch KO you. Tyson would then, yeah, like you said, then maybe you get to go hang out with him after and have a good time and
When
shit.
I think of Ali, man, I think of The Rock.
Okay, yeah, they're both big people. I
Yeah,
see that. Yeah.
he'd be doing this one for the people.
Yeah, and he would do the crazy dancing shit and hit you with like a jab. He'd let you like bleed out. Like it would Tyson, it's over and around. Ali might let you go 2 or 3 just because it's fun.
Yeah, and maybe he'll like you. Maybe he'll want to know how the family and kids are doing.
Yeah, maybe. You never know. All right, man. So I want to move into talking a little bit about you. So I mean, first off, dude, I want to say you're one of the truly the nicest people I know. Like you're a very selfless person. Like a teammate an ex-teammate that I won't name. You went and stayed at his house because he was having some problems, and he had one of the most disgusting places I had ever seen. Do you know who I'm talking about? I can say the
Oh, I
name
know.
and bleep it out. Okay, yeah.
I know. He's one of us blue people.
Oh yes. Okay. Okay. That's a good segue. Can you tell people where you're from and then lead into that story? The floor is yours. Take the time to explain it. This is a great story. And for those of you who don't know, AD is like, show him on your arm. He's got the state of Kentucky tattooed on his arm. He's got a little mark. It's 606, right?
Yeah, 606. That's the
How could
area
I
code
forget?
where, yeah, the area code where I was born and raised.
Yeah, and for those to set this up for you guys, AD was my locker mate. So I'm 91, you're 90. We're right next to each other. It's like one of my first time, days at practice. I don't know anyone really well. And you're just nice, so we're just kind of chatting it up. And then you share this story with me, which is I'm so glad you shared it because it was more I was like, "Oh, this guy is cool." Like he's not some like straight edged like crazy southern boy like he's funny, like this shit's funny. And so I'm excited. Tell them the story of where you're from and all that.
Oof. Well, I'm trying to think of what story I would have brought you into.
You
Uh,
told me about like where you're from, and then you went into the blue people, and I was
oh,
like, what the fuck? And then I was like, that's kind of
oh
cool.
yeah. So I'm from Eastern Kentucky, which
Hmm.
is right across. We're on the border of the Appalachia, so coal
Hmm.
mining country, and we get a lot of people. A lot of people ask me, surprisingly, and we go over a lot in college about the blue people. Well, I've personally not seen too many, but it's pretty common to think about.
Yeah.
But one of the things that people ask me is why they blue,
Hmm.
and I tell them look at a crab,
A crab.
a crab.
Okay.
So when you first see a crab, they're probably blue, but if
Uh-huh.
you boil them, they're red. That's
Uh-huh.
be- that's because of the iodine in their blood.
Uh-huh.
When you expose it, see all of our blood is blue.
Yeah.
That's why you have blue veins.
Yeah, the oxygen makes it red
Yeah,
or
and
whatever.
so throughout thousands of years of inbreeding, which is also known as royal, you know,
Yeah,
royal
incest,
blood.
whatever word you like.
Yeah, the incest. A lot of people thought that was keeping it within royalty. Fuck
Yeah.
your cousin.
Hmm.
But one of the interesting things is throughout history, when the United States was colonizing, they would so far get through the Appalachians, and you wouldn't be able to go, 100 miles south to go find some ore to fucking a house.
Yeah.
You would have to settle with your ugly stepsister downstairs, and then you would come out with a little hickey big bob like me.
Yeah. Hey, at least you don't have any like extra arms or any shit like that.
Nah, it'd been pretty cool though. Probably would have made me have some web feet, make me a good swimmer.
If you had web feet, I still would have probably been your friend, but I would have been scared every time you took your shoes off. I'm not even gonna lie.
Nah, we would definitely have some interesting shit. Speaking of swimming, did I ever tell you how I got that scar?
Nah, I would love to hear how you got. You're feeling pretty froggy right now, ain't you?
Oh, dude, I'm feeling everything right now. But so me and Don was on Kentucky Lake over there,
Mm-hmm.
and we're partying with some friends, I was standing on the front of the pontoon. We're probably still going 15 miles per hour, heading straight towards. We're heading to a volleyball party,
Mhm.
and I don't know. Pig was with us, and
Yep.
it decided to stop the boat, and I was on the front of the boat, so I fell in,
Yeah.
and the boat hit me.
Oh my God, you got ran over by a boat?
I got ran over by a fucking boat.
You told that shit so casually, bro. How are you alive? You got hit. You got ran over by a boat. What in the
I
country
did.
bumpkin shit?
I know. And what the best thing is, dude, I didn't even go to a hospital.
Just just
And
stitched it
so,
up right there.
some butterfly tape. Um, the best thing, I had a life jacket on, but I had this little floaty around my waist.
Yeah.
And when they stopped the boat, I fell in. And the first thing I
Mhm.
was thinking was, "Fuck, you're fucked." And I was
Yeah.
like, swim down, swim down." That's my instant fucking thing. I remember the boat hit me in the head, and I fucking spun, and it cut my foot. And
Oh.
I kept on thinking, swim down, swim down, swim down.
Yeah.
Went over me, and I swam back up, and I was like, about fuck that one up. And
Yeah.
everybody was looking at me. Apparently, I had blood over my face and shit.
I would imagine you got hit by a boat. You know, it comes with the territory.
What's funny is, do you know Lamont?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah, he's. I told him that story when we went to Nashville with Bognar and them. Such a
Mhm.
great trip.
Mhm.
Um, he's like, out of all people, I'm glad that happened to you because you'd be the only one to survive.
That okay.
Shit.
That is very, very true. You would be the only person that would be like very casually, like, yeah, I got hit by a boat. Like, no big deal. Stitched it up, wipe the blood off and just feeling good now.
I still tried to go to that party. I was like, yo, let's go to this volleyball party. And
Yeah.
they're like, no, we got to take you to a hospital. We had some girl on there that was like, I'm a nurse. I'm a nurse for a surgeon. I got to text him. And I'm like, yo, chill out. I was like, my parents don't even know I'm here.
Yeah, that probably yeah, dude. You've had some crazy, crazy, like just crazy stuff. Another one that for any of those who don't know, just because and I like when we kind of jump all over the place like this. The crazy story was that there are blue people in Kentucky. So like in the mountains by where he lives, it's like known for people who inbreed, like he said, their blood turns blue and they're literal blue people. And I thought so bad, bro, that you were just fucking with me, like you were being a dick. And I was
No,
like,
they're
like,
real. Through
and
years of inbreeding, the oxygen in your blood just gets thinner and thinner. And then I think from where it would just make your skin translucent and it would just show
yeah,
your. I think that's what the main issue was just years of inbreeding would make it. I mean, I'm pretty sure the same thing would happen if you live in a cave. They
yeah,
say,
you'd have like weird evolution deformities and like years of
right.
shit.
And so I
Um,
think the thing with people was is that their skin was just getting really thin, and then you were able to see the blood because when you look at your blood veins, they're blue.
yeah,
And but if you poke yourself and you bleed, it's red, and that's because of exposed iron and
yeah.
pretty sure you got some fucking science buffs on here. But
Yeah, I know
I,
science, dude.
yeah,
I took a class once. Yeah, dude.
all
And I
guys.
didn't believe you until like I looked it up and then there was like hella stuff about it. I can't believe you got hit by a boat, but since we're listing more of your injuries, can you share your like broken nose story? I have that written down for later, but we might as
Ah,
well go over it
shit.
now. We could just go
Yeah,
through
you were
Izzy's
there, weren't you?
crazy.
You,
I
AK, and
was.
all of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
AK. He seems to always be the fucking thorn in my side,
Hey,
because he's the
case.
first. He's the one laugh I can hear in the back that I just know that's AK. Like, hey, there's that one
Mm-hmm.
asshole friend. There he's
Yeah.
back there laughing at me.
Yeah, no, you gotta love him, but yeah, I know exactly what you mean. He always seems to be there when like the funny shit happens, and like you said, there's
But
always that reaction to it.
yeah, so we're working out during the summer, and we had this new freshman come in, Gordo,
Mm-hmm.
and of course, I don't even know how to describe him, but besides his his song came out, Steppin'.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah.
But I remember Coach Clay told us all to hold these big orange bands with big plastic tips on the side, on these ends of them,
Yeah.
and he told us to hold them with our hands, but he didn't. He held it with his foot. I was probably about 15 feet away,
Yeah.
and when I was like, Gordo, that ain't gonna hold, and I drew back from 15 feet away, two plastic chucks hit me right across the nose and
Oh.
eye, and broke my nose in half.
Oh my
I wouldn't say in
God, bro.
half, but I would say it's more of a fracture about right here. And
Yeah.
it caused it to move, and then it came across my eye with another plastic chuck, and I couldn't see. I
Mhm.
remember hitting the ground and thinking, "Oh fuck, I'm blind."
Yeah.
And I felt the blood, and I opened my eyes. I was like, "Okay, I can see." And I get up and I see people around me. Coach Clay pissed as shit,
Mhm.
and I was like, "Okay, I gotta walk this off." And
Yeah.
I walked all the way down the training room, and I was like, "Hey, doctor," and I was like, I just need to put in my nose," and they fucking kind of freaking the fuck out. Took me to the doctor, and they're like, "Oh, probably just a little fracture." Nah, I broke my nose pretty bad.
Oh God. Yeah.
And when I told my mom, she freaked the fuck out and drove all the
Mhm.
way down here, and I had to go get surgery. And the thing about breaking your nose is usually anything around your face is very fast healing. That's probably
Mhm.
like why my scar on my head healed really quick. Well, it
Yeah.
took like 2 or 3 weeks. And so when you break your nose, a certain, I would say, liquid kind of, it tries to fix itself on its own. And so
Yeah.
when you break your nose, you're wanting to get surgery on it quick and try to break it back. Well, I guess it took too long, and then they had to re-break my nose back.
Oh God.
Yeah, and that sucked. I remember when they were putting me to sleep, kind of like how Steve-O was like the world record holder of trying to stay awake.
Yeah.
And I tried doing the same thing, or just like take a deep breath, and I was like, wonder how long I can go this. And I was like, and as soon as I did that, out, and then I woke up with a broken nose.
That's wild, bro.
Yeah, and apparently my mom said I was the loudest person in that whole hospital, just screaming, "Get the fuck out of my apartment!"
When?
It was at the hospital.
Why?
I was yelling at the doctors, "Get the fuck out of my apartment!" It was that sleeping gas, dude. And
Just
I thought,
tripping balls on sleeping
yeah.
gas?
Well, they fucking broke my nose, so I was pissed off at them.
That's so great, dude. You have some great injury stories, dude.
Oh, I'm actually going through a little knee issue right now. That's how football is. I know you said you wanted to get into my maxes and stuff.
Mhm.
Believe it or not, I'm getting a little old now. I used to
You're
think
out your
fucking
prime.
yeah. I used to think lifting big weight and all that was easy, but now it's apparently I need to start thinking more about it.
Yeah, man. I mean, you do have some crazy maxes. I want to move into that. We'll move into a segment real quick, and then we're gonna hop into all that. So you guys will get to hear his maxes in a second. We're gonna move into the first segment. The first segment is the avid deserter segment. So this is where I want to hear your top 3 desserts and your least favorite dessert. And I know you said you're prepared. I know, like me, as a former, we're both D linemen. I'm a former D lineman. We like to eat. We like our desserts. What are your top 3? And all I ask is don't be like ice cream, cake, cookies. Give me what kind of ice cream, what type of cake, what
Okay.
type of cookies.
So I mean, we were all both on D line. What was the one
Mhm.
dessert that we'd always have during our before our game? Uh,
The cheesecake, right?
Cheesecakes, baby. That's
Bro,
number one.
yes, bro. You are Corey or I had Corey and Cam on the same episode, and one of them, I think it was Corey, said that one of his favorite desserts is that cheesecake too. Yeah, that cheesecake was bomb.
That cheesecake. That
Which one?
cheesecake
Which
was
one did
good.
you like the most?
See, I'm not a big fruity guy.
Okay.
I feel like when it's cheesecake, I'm always a plain vanilla guy, or
I
it has to
like
be
the
a little
plain
bit of
vanilla
caramel
too. Okay, I
because
feel you on
like
that.
I'm not a big rich guy, so chocolate really ain't my deal.
Mhm.
And so I always prefer plain cheesecake. maybe a little caramel drizzle on it. They
Yeah.
even have cheesecake milkshakes at Cookout, which is, five
Ooh.
star, 5 star down here.
I know, bro. I miss Cookout with all my heart. I don't know if I've got to have talked about it, but like guys, for those of you who are listeners and you're not from the South or tried this in the South, because it's not even in like Texas in the South. Like it's like far east, like east south, like you get it in,
Dude,
Kentucky,
I'm in
Mississippi, all.
Kentucky. I don't even think about the rest of the world half the time. I keep forgetting you're in fucking California.
I know it's weird. It's weird just because sometimes I just keep like, I see pictures of station and shit in the stadium and I'm like, yeah, I'll be back there
Yeah,
in like a
you
week or
remember
two.
that? What was it? What was yours? Fucking 513?
514,
513?
man. I stole the
514.
sign. Yeah,
Yeah.
514, man.
No,
I
nobody I know lives there anymore. It's weird.
RIP 514, bro. It was the spot.
Right.
And Cookout was a spot too. You can get like a double cheeseburger, a chicken sandwich, mini corn dogs, and a milkshake for $6 all the way till 4 in the fucking morning. It's a
Yeah, you can get
godsend.
absolute sloshed.
Yeah.
Fucking dicks to your face and go, Cookout would be your fucking place to go.
No, yeah, I can't tell you how many times we'd show up to Cookout at like 2 in the morning and
My phone's filled.
it'd be like a second party. You know what I mean? Like there'd be
Dude, hell, there was a
50
shooting at
people there.
Cookout. I remember that.
Oh, I remember that, bro. Yeah, there was a shoot. It was like some high school kids too or some shit.
Oh man, it's funny. I was there. We do you remember Tajon? Little Tajon?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, it was some chick he was talking to, and
Mm-hmm.
man, I remember there was a video of it. She was right there in the video, swinging on some bitch, and then somebody took a gun in the air, bop, 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 and everybody ran. It's just how shit happens. People just let off three in the air, and they all scatter. Oh, world star, world star.
Hey, because being from California, it's hard to own a gun out here, and like, there's so much more like gun laws. If you shoot a bullet in the air, doesn't it come right back down, or am I wrong?
All right. So when you shoot a bullet in the air, it does,
Uh-huh.
but it's more of an angle. It doesn't go up and then go
Okay.
straight down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Usually, that's
yeah.
how a lot of deaths happen. You ever watch like 1,000 Ways to Die?
Oh, of course, bro. Of course.
Yeah.
A classic.
So when you shoot a gun up in the air, the bullet is gonna go up and it's gonna hit its peak, and then it's gonna go back at an angle, and it's gonna
Mm-hmm.
go that much harder down at an angle. It's gonna catch all the wind and stuff. And there was actually a death report where a dude got shot in the chest on a New Year's
Oh
because
shit.
somebody let off gunshots in the air, and it just killed somebody probably 100 feet away.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I guess I get why people were upset then that he was shooting the gun in there.
Yeah.
It's not
Speaking of
like what?
gun laws and stuff, don't
Huh.
you get all kinds of gun laws down there in
Yeah,
California
like I
now?
mean, like, well, like, okay, can you guys have concealed? You can have concealed weapons in Kentucky, right?
Yeah.
You can't do that. Like in California, like it's almost fucking impossible. Like you can be an off-duty police officer, or you have to apply and have like you got to be like a fucking like 15-year,
It's weird.
ex-Green Beret.
It's so weird.
You can't. You can own shotguns. I like my family has a shotgun. I don't know. Should I say that on the air? Yeah, my family owns a shotgun. And then I think you have to be 21 to own a pistol. Like you can't own a pistol at 18. That might be federally though. And then um no no assault rifles, and everything's just it's just harder. Like how like
It's
technically
loopholes, man. Loopholes.
yeah, how like in Kentucky you could technically like carry a gun like out in public if you have the right thing and you're not pointing at anyone.
Right.
That would be absolutely absurd to do in California. Like the first time I saw someone with a gun and I was like, "Oh, we're about to have another school shooting. Like that's cool." And yeah, then they were like, "No, no, like everyone just does that." Like I remember seeing the sign, like everywhere you go, there's like a sign with a gun with a cross through it that's like no guns in here. That's not a thing in California because
In high
everywhere
school,
is
we
no
had this
guns.
fat teacher, and she would make it a big deal to let everybody know she was a concealed carry. She had
Mm-hmm.
a fucking fanny pack, and it would sit under her fucking gut. and she
That's
had a
hilarious.
clock in it. And she, you know, I remember at lunch breaks, you'd walk past her class and you could see her cleaning her fucking gun. It was
Yeah.
weird, but you know, I don't know how that shit works. We had an off duty police officer on school grounds, anyways. So I don't know why we needed a old Larry with a fucking
With a
fat gun.
Yeah, with a fanny pack and shit. That's hilarious.
Yeah, you know, but
Just
I
she's
knew
like, let me hold
somebody.
up, let me flip that shit around. Zip. Get
Yeah,
on the ground, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like that. Could you imagine if you got shot by a lady with a fanny pack?
I
That
can see it.
I'd be embarrassed. Okay, man. All right, all right. Cheesecake number 1. What's number 2? Because I'm gonna forget to go back to it, and no one and
Right.
no one's gonna ever get to hear.
All right, you want to hear a real fuck? Banana bread.
Okay, man. All right. Okay. All right. I got a lot of thoughts about that. First off, someone last week said banana bread, or 2 weeks ago said banana bread. I like banana bread. I'm gonna give you a little shit though, because that's kind of it's an interesting dessert choice. Like that's not my top dessert, but hear me out. Never in my life will I complain about a piece of banana bread. Banana bread's fire.
There is an art to it.
Yes. Do you like it with nuts or without nuts?
You have to let something truly die for it to be made.
That was a deep way to just say you got to let your bananas ripen. I like it. You're a deep man. Calling incest royalty, bananas rotting. You're a fucking poet over here, man.
Right?
I love it. All right. So banana bread number 2. I'm not hating. Just would not be in my like even top 10 of desserts, but it's fire. So I won't give you
Right.
too much shit. Now, what about your number 3? Rounding out
Frozen,
that top.
frozen yogurt, and I'll tell you why.
Okay. What kind of
Because
frozen yogurt?
that's the thing, dude. We used to have back at home.
Mm-hmm.
We had this place called Twisted Pineapple,
Okay.
and it was a frozen yogurt shop. Some weirdo who was known around our area for looking at girls and shit funny.
Again, a pervert. You're giving fancy words to people. The Peking Tom pervert.
You know, I don't know who some
Allegedly.
people's dads are and shit.
Yeah.
He used to own a fucking what do they call it? A Firehouse Subs.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
He used to own one of those buildings down there. But Twisted Pineapple, you'd go in there and they'd give you little sample cups and you'd have all kinds. I would always have to say it would be like vanilla and sherbet
Okay.
mix would always be good. But
It-
they've closed down since then. It's been
Yeah.
a while.
I'm sure. I mean, there wasn't one that I can remember in Murray, but I can't imagine frozen yogurt's like a super popular thing in Kentucky.
They're
It's
not. It's
it's
weird
a
because
It's a very like I kind of like I associate it with like coffee shops and very like LA like new age like hipster.
coffee
This kind of
shops
place.
down there though, you fucking smoke a blunt and
Yeah,
get
I guess
absolutely
that's true.
wasted.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah, we can't have
Um,
nothing out here. I mean, which also sucks.
Yeah, man. Yeah, frozen yogurt. Like, okay, I can tell you this: within a 3-mile radius of my house, I can think of 4 frozen yogurt places
That's crazy.
out here.
I can't think of any within a 200-mile radius of where
Yeah,
I
exactly,
live.
bro. But no Cookout, no Waffle House. I had Waffle House since I was last in Arizona. Um,
But don't y'all have like Whataburgers?
no, we don't have Whataburger. We have In-N-Out. Whataburger fucking sucks compared to In-N-Out. In-N-Out's the shit.
See, I get all those. I thought In-N-Out and Whataburger were the same fucking thing.
You know, there's like I don't know. I don't get like I just think it's so funny that there's such like an argument about a fast food restaurant. Like who gives a fuck? Just go eat your slop, you fat fucks. Oh no, my AirPods are gonna die, I think.
Or-
Can you hear me?
Or, oh,
No, never
oh,
mind. We're good. My
oh,
AirPod.
I thought that was a situational shit. I thought you were still going on with your story.
No, sorry, my AirPods went boo, and so I think that means they're getting low on battery. It's okay. It should make it through the podcast. If not, I'll go get other headphones real quick. But what's your least favorite dessert?
Cream brulee.
What the fuck? Oh, creme brulee.
Cream brulee.
Yeah, okay. I was like, the fuck is a creme brulee? Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's one that has now probably 4 times someone's been like, that's my least favorite. but also 2 or 3 times that's been someone's favorite. It's a very that and chocolate cake seem to be very either I love it or I hate
You
it.
you can't
I
really
don't like
fuck
it.
up chocolate cake, but the cream
Yeah.
brulee, dog. Once you start fucking around with fire, I mean, it's
Yes.
like, yeah, propane or
I don't like them that much either. Now, I got to ask
it's
you a question.
some chick in science class made it for me once, and it fucking burnt my shirt, and I was like, you bitch, you fucked up.
Yeah, I got to ask you a question though, and I'm not trying to be a dick. Do you think it's actually called creme brulee? Cuz
Dude, I haven't.
that's not what it's called. Do you want to know how to say it?
Sure.
It's called creme brulee because it's French, like French crema, like creme brulee, like that.
Right.
But I like what'd you call it? I like yours a
Cream
lot.
brulee.
Creme brulee. I'm not
That's
even.
how I have it spelled here. That's how I have it spelled. I spell shit how I
Hey,
say it.
hey,
Cream,
bro.
then boil, then A.
Oh, dude. I promise you, I'm not laughing at you. That's fucking hilarious. Cream brulee. Okay, I like it. From now on, anytime. Listen, AD, you made me laugh so hard with that I promise from now on, when I'm doing this segment and someone's like, creme brulee, I'm going to go, excuse me? And they're going to go, creme brulee. I'm going to go, don't you mean cream? How do I say it again?
I have it spelled right here. Cream
Uh,
boile.
don't you mean cream boile? And they're going to go, huh? And I'm going to go, listen, AD told me it's cream brulee. Well, how do you, god damn it,
It's
cream
so
boil,
how I spelled
cream
it is.
boile,
I
cream
always
boile.
thought cream brulee. Cream brulee. Right?
No,
Cream brulee.
it's creme brulee, but cream brulee is now the new way to say it on this podcast.
Cream brulee.
Cream brulee. Okay, man. Yeah, fuck cream
How do
brulee.
you
I'm
say it
not
again?
creme brulee.
Creme brulee.
Creme brulee. Creme brulee.
You keep that French shit to yourself.
Yeah, man, it's okay. I genuinely like the way you say it. That made my day. All right, AD. I want to move into to some other shit now. You've been playing football for a while, like your whole life, pretty much, right?
Shit, I'm about to turn 23.
Mm-hmm.
So 15, 16 years now. Yeah, pretty much my whole life.
Yeah, bro.
Mom shut me out and I fucking wore a jersey.
Hell yeah, dude. You are one of the strongest people I know, and as someone who's played at all the, I played college Division I football. I have seen a lot of strong people. I genuinely think you might be arguably the strongest person that I personally know. Can you just give people the big three? We got bench, squats, and clean. Or no, is it cleans? What's your bench and your squat max? Just let us hear. That's what no one gives a fuck. No one does cleans. No average Joe does cleans. What are your bench and your squat max?
Shit, yeah, I never really fucking cleans either.
It's a flexible guy. You're no, and you're just you're a D tackle, bro. You're like
Man,
6'2".
you don't see people doing Pilates in World War II. I mean, that's
That's
what I'm
true,
saying.
man.
You don't
Yeah.
you don't ask them how long you can do a plank.
Yeah, man. The
You fucking
Germans
give them a
didn't
cigarette
beat
and you
us.
tell them to run into them bullets.
I bet the Germans were doing Pilates, and that's why they fucking lost. Losers.
That and they're like doing hard drugs.
Yeah, they
The
were
shit
on
they call
meth, which was
opioids.
cool. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was really
yeah.
cool.
Whatever the shit Alexander the Great was on, they were on it too.
Yeah, that's how they were
Yes.
like. They were like, how did they invade Russia or France in 7 days? And it was like, because they were on meth. You sent meth heads
Yeah,
across
I seen that on my
countries.
YouTube suggested. That's
Yeah,
how I
it's
know
on.
about it.
They go really in depth about it on. If you ever watch on Netflix, World War II in color, it's fucking a crazy documentary, and they talk about. I guess the Americans were basically on like liquid cocaine.
Morphine. Yeah, morphine.
Yeah, and morphine and cocaine. Yeah, was like the Americans were morphine and cocaine, and the Nazis were meth. So what we learned from history is that
Drugs run
cocaine, that too, drugs run the shot, and cocaine slash morphine greater than meth, and that's now a scientific fact found by Dr. AD and Dr. Brandon Lejeune. Look at us
Yeah.
figuring shit out. Cream brulee, fuck yeah, dude.
Cream boy.
I thought that's gonna be the clip. I'm gonna piece that together. That was thank you so much for making me laugh that hard because I'm fascinated with saying words wrong, and it's starting to piss my
Oh yeah,
girlfriend
some
off.
people get off on that shit.
It's starting to piss my girlfriend off because now there's certain words that I
Oh yeah,
can't
I
remember
forgot
the
you had a
right way to
girlfriend.
say them. Yeah, Erica. I
Yeah,
forgot.
speaking of, you know, you'll probably remember this
Yeah.
stories when we were drinking together.
Uh-huh.
Shit, remember that time I was walking around with like a bag of peanuts, and then I walk
No.
up.
No. I probably will once you tell it. I'm excited. I want to hear this.
So I walked past you and Erica, and I hand her a handful of nuts. And I looked at you and I was like, "Your girlfriend just ate my nut."
I
And
do
you
remember
looked at
that,
me.
bro.
You looked at me in a straight face. You were just like, "What the fuck you just say to me?" We were
It
both equally slawed.
it threw me off, but I'm sure we fucking laughed about it at the end because
Oh, absolutely.
we stayed getting lit together. We're gonna move into we have some good stories real quick.
Didn't
Bench
we
and
have
squat
some?
max.
Didn't we? Oh yeah, the max. That's what I was saying. Didn't I forget something? Yeah,
Yeah.
bench. I maxed out around 465 back
Hmm.
when before. Like I'm sure all my shits went down since COVID. The
Yeah.
whole workout schedule and shit's been fucked. And
She said 465. That's like fucking 4 plates and like
25.
225s on each side. That's fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah, for bench, and that was the beginning of my junior year when I was at. I had big goals then, man. And
Hmm.
my squat, I think I squatted out at 6 plates, 595. Coach Clay didn't want me no more than that.
Hmm.
It's all on Twitter, really.
695, bro. That's fucking
Five
bananas.
595, not six.
595. Five. My bad.
Six
Still does
plates.
6 plates, just right under 600 pounds. You're out here squatting fucking full families on your back. That's like the weight of like my full family, probably.
It's the whole clan, brother.
That someone's gonna clip that and you're gonna get canceled for that. For clan brother right there. They're gonna mistake that the wrong
Oh
way.
fuck! I
You're
forgot.
canceled, AB.
Oh
Um,
no, I forgot
all
all
right.
that shit was going on too.
All right, all right, so I'll let you control where this podcast goes. We can go into the next segment, the dumbass of the week, or I can read you one question from the Real Bros of Murray, and you can choose to answer it or not answer it later.
Oh, I'm answering it. Let's hear it.
Okay, all right. So one of the members wanted to know. They said they called you white once, and you told them they were racist because you're part Native American. Are you in fact Native American? Is this fact or fiction? We're MythBusters now, bitch.
Oh yeah, I see that. Well, I never spit or jizzed into a tube and sent it off anywhere, so
Fair enough.
I don't know 100%. But yes, I actually have a great ancestor who I
Raped
can't remember his
Indians?
name, but he was notorious for being tall. He was like 6'11",
Uh-huh.
and
Wow.
my grandmother would always show me the picture and be like, "That's why you're so big. That's why you're so big, because
Uh-huh.
you got your grandfather in it." Um, yeah, I can't remember what tribe my mom told me that we kind of have back to. It's not like
Mm-hmm.
Apache or anything. I'm not that fucking lucky.
Yeah, it's like one of the
Uh,
low-key tribes. Like they don't own a casino or nothing.
no,
I probably
not that
shouldn't say that
lucky.
either.
I mean, if anything, we just had the drinking problem. That's about it.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like most people have drinking problems. No, we're in college, or well, I'm not in college anymore, but I'm close enough to college not to have a drinking problem. And you're in college,
Yeah, how old are you
so you
now,
don't.
Brandon?
I'm 23, man. 23.
23. Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah, I'm starting to like. It's starting like I had this realization the other day, D, that I'm sure you'll have one when you're done with college. And like you get out of college like me, and especially because COVID and shit, like kind of made that go faster. I realized the other day that there's a solid chance I may never go to like a house party rager ever again. Like
Ooh,
think about that. Cuz think about it. Why I mean
I never think of that,
cuz
dude.
I'll go
Because
to a house party, but it will never be more than like the close people of that house. I'll never go to like the elbow to elbow house parties we regularly attended every weekend in Murray.
See, I didn't go to too many of those raging ass parties around here just because I didn't know how the hell I was going to get back if I decided to go full blown.
That's
Back at
true.
home, I remember doing some stupid shit, drinking. I
Mm-hmm.
fucked up my face drinking
Yeah.
wild turkey, and I ended up pissing on a gravel hill, and I passed out while pissing, and I fell into
Oh.
it, and I slid down the gravel hill. And
Oh
I
my
remember,
God.
yeah, we used to be called. We used to have a group. You know how we have the real Bros and Murray.
Mm-hmm.
We had the Brew Crew back then.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the Brew Crew.
Yeah.
Uh, back at home, and we'd be known for going to people's parties and just drinking all their beer and leaving.
I fuck with that. That's you're kind of like you're like a gang of outlaws. Like I'm sure like you kick the saloon doors open and they're like, "Oh shit, the
Well,
Brew
we
Bros
would
are
be the
here."
ones that go in there. We'd look at someone and be like, "That's the Rancor." They'd be like the drunkest person there.
Yeah, that's a good name for a drunk person. Well, I love Star Wars. That's a good reference. I'm gonna have to start calling drunk people the Rancor.
Yeah, that's what we'd say. And then if we feel like we're gonna throw up or something, it'd be like the Rancor's coming.
That's cool, dude. I like that. That's God, I love hearing other people's like drunk lingo. It fascinates me. Like everyone has like you know what my okay, so your group was the Rain Corps. Ours is like when you start to get fucked up, it's your name backwards. So like I'm Nod Narb and Erica is a Kire. And like you would be because we call you AD, you'd be Da. We'd be like Da's coming out. And you
Oh shit,
and
that's
we
some
do and
mod
like
shit.
yeah no because like we have a homie named Zach, but in high school his Spanish class you had to have Spanish names and he was Paco, so when he's drunk we call him OCAP, which is Paco backwards, but no one
Back at
calls him
home,
Paco.
back at home, we have this guy who. All right, you'll love this drinking story. Isaiah,
Yeah.
his drunk alter ego came out when he was a raging violent drunk. We call him
Mm-hmm.
Aya. So Aya.
Mm-hmm.
So Isaiah, when Aya came out, Aya would take 2 scoops of pre-workout,
Oh God.
chug it with some beer, and then try to kick out a police door's window.
Why? What a terrible thing to do when you're drunk.
Well,
A
all
terrible thing
right.
to do sober, I suppose.
So it's probably not my place to tell this story, but I'm sure he will probably never see this, nor will he
Mm-hmm.
care. But
Yeah.
he was driving
That was a polite way to
home.
tell me no one listens to my podcast, Eddie. That's cool, man. Look at you,
Well,
politely saying
well,
things all
no,
day.
I'm
Nah,
saying
dude,
it for
it's
this individual.
I'm just
It's
fucking with
this
you, dude.
individual because
I'm just kidding.
this one individual person because
Uh-huh.
he's the most. I don't know how to describe him besides that he doesn't give a shit about
He's
anything.
just
He doesn't
insane.
really do anything. He doesn't say anything, but he's
Mhm.
there. You know, he works with heating and air. He's my guy forever. Um, but he was driving home drunk, and he had 3 friends with him. One of them was my cousin,
Yeah.
and I think another one. I can't remember the other one. I think it was Brock. They both play for Georgetown,
Uh-huh.
and they said when the officer came up with the light and they shined on Aya, and Aya was like, "What?" And I was like, "Have you had any drink tonight, sir?" And he's like, "No." He's like, "I need you to step out." And then they went through the whole breathalyzers test. He's like, "You ain't been drinking, huh?" He's like, "Yeah, I haven't drank a drop, sir." He's like, "All right, breathe into this."
Mhm.
Fucking, he's like, "Bullshit, you ain't drinking." And he was like, "What the fucking mean?" And took him back and put him in the back of the car. And he was just kicking the shit out of this police car's police
Window.
dude's window. And they had called his parents, got in the car, and was just like talking to my cousin. He was like, "You need to tell him to go in there and chill out."
Yeah. What a crazy person, bro.
Well, that's not even the worst one.
Yeah.
He the whole C4 pre-workout shit. The
Mhm.
cop, before he went back to try to call some shit in, he's like, "I'm gonna knock this motherfucker out," and he took 2 scoops of C4 and drank, finished, pounded it with a beer, and he was going to wait on the cop to come back, and he was going to try to knock him out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. You got some wild friends, man.
Well, how about this? Speaking of cops, it was about a year or two ago. My t-ball coach, who was the constable of our town, got busted by the FBI for he would arrest drug dealers.
He would arrest drug dealers.
He would arrest drug dealers, take their shit, and resell it to other drug dealers and bust them.
Wow.
So he had some pyramid fucking bullshit going on.
What a finesse, bro.
Yeah, but
An entrepreneur.
he got on some pretty big news sites for shooting at the FBI. Him and his fucking boy, another deputy or something. They shot back at the FBI.
That's wild, bro. Y'all and your friends are crazy, man. Hey, we're gonna move into a segment which is gonna take us perfectly into the drinking stories. This one is the dumbass of the week, brought to you by Red Foreman.
Dumbass, dumbasses, dumbass, 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 dumbass.
And the dumbass of the week this week is the media and reporters for getting on Tom Brady for being too drunk. Like, all the people were freaking out that he was drunk, and they were freaking out that he threw the Lombardi trophy. Bitch, that's his trophy now. He's won it 7 times.
I stopped watching this shit at halftime, dude.
Brady spanked him. They should rename it the Tom Brady Trophy, and Tom Brady should be able to shove it up Gisele's ass if he wants to. He can throw wherever he wants. Gronk spike it into an orgy if he's so keen to do. I don't get, like, they were like, look how drunk he is. He just won a Super Bowl. What have you ever done with your life? You're sitting here broadcasting it, going home to your boring one-bedroom apartment with no family. Stop crying and go get drunk. Maybe you'll have fun like Brady for once.
Man.
Yeah, man. That's how I feel about it.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, man. So Tom Brady.
What was that law in Ted where, you know, it was like a cold 39? Somebody tried to jerk off Tom Brady.
Trump was trying to steal Tom Brady's sperm again. Yeah, dude. That movie's another classic. But so Brady likes to get drunk, and so do we. So I wanted to share one of my favorite drinking stories that involves you, and then I figured if you have a really funny one that involves both of us, tell it, or if you maybe just have a favorite, tell it. I know we could tell a million, but my favorite one has to be is one night you showed up at our apartment to pregame, and I'll never forget because this is the first time I'd ever seen anyone drink it or ever seen it because, like, I live in California, you know, so, like, I hadn't seen it a bunch, was Evan Williams honey whiskey. And I watched you kill all of it like an insane person. A whole fucking eighth or whatever it's called, a whole bottle of that shit. A fifth, of it. You killed it, and then we went to a party, and you were super fucked up, and you're hammered, and you were sitting there, and your boy Cam Petty decided to throw a lip in, but you were also like, it was like, hey, AD, do you want a lip? And you were like, yeah, man, I want a lip. And you were just super fucked up, and we threw a lip in your mouth, and then you kind of like, you didn't pass out, but you were at that drunk point where, like, you're on the couch just kind of like fading and out of consciousness, not talking, and I was like across from you, and then you just fell onto the floor, and I was like, are you all good? And you started army crawling to the door, and I was like, yo, what's going on? You were just like, open the door, and I was like, hey, open door, and we opened the door for you, right? Some, you know, Band of Brothers shit, climbed out the front door, and then just rolled onto your side and projectile vomited into the girl's, like, front porch, bushes and garden. And she was so mad, she kicked all of the football players out of the party that night because you threw up into her front porch, dude.
Well, the thing about putting the lip in, I was not conscious when that was going on, and so I swallowed it.
Cam Petty lip raped you. You heard it here first, guys. Allegedly.
Yeah, I tell this story a lot because Betty put a fat fucking chaw into my lip, and I ended up, like, I was pretty much asleep then, dude. I ended up swallowing it, and then that's when I felt like somebody kicked me right into the sack, and I fell to the floor. And I was
Yeah.
like, I need to get out. I need to get out. And that's why I started army crawling out.
Yeah. I don't
Oh,
blame you, bro. You could throw back some alcohol. Do you have a favorite drinking story that involves us, or if not, like
yeah.
your own
How about
favorite
this
one?
one? Taco Tuesday.
Oh God. The infamous Taco Tuesday, bro.
Taco Tuesday. Old roommate OJ.
Yeah, man. He chose to get knocked out by Brandon Lejeune that night, not Mike Tyson or Muhammad Ali. Um, yeah, man. That was a good one.
I, that was awesome because Brandon Lejeune was apparently better at Rainbow Six Siege.
That's all that started it, bro. Was he said someone talked shit to me, and we played video games together. So I said, I'm the best at Rainbow Six Siege. You suck. And he said, say it again. So I said it twice more, and then he hit me in the face while I was
And
eating
this was
tacos
on a Tuesday. For
on a
people that don't
Tuesday.
know, we our good friend Brendan Bognar was just like, yo, let's have Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, it was like a
It's
send off before fall camp. It was our last fall camp altogether.
Yeah. And we all decided to go over to Popular Street to drink. Not really, it wasn't even for drinking. The whole
Mhm.
drinking was optional, I guess, an
Yeah,
optional.
yeah, because we literally like I don't think anyone was drinking except OJ.
No, I think most of us were drinking because I
Okay,
went
yeah,
to the
you're
liquor
right. All
store.
of us were drinking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
uh, I was with the liquor store with him, and he's like, "I'm gonna try this new Amsterdam." So
Mhm.
he bought 2/5 of Amsterdam,
Yeah.
and I think he drank them both. And then, man, I'm getting my days mixed up here. When did he fall out of the tree?
I think that was on Friendsgiving.
Friendsgiving?
We played one-handed beer football,
Oh my
which
god.
I'm upset. I can't get any of my friends here in California to play one-handed beer football with me ever.
Oh, dude, that is an American classic.
It is a pastime. But yeah, bro, he got drunk that night and
Well,
got
I
like
way
way
too
too drunk
drunk.
and
And he
punched me in
thought
the
we
face.
and fuck, you three-pieced his ass. You sent him
Yeah.
with a chicken nugget and go.
Yeah,
Three-piece
yeah.
nugget and go. Yeah. He ended up kicking in our fucking sink, punching a
Mhm.
hole in his own wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. You remember how station sinks are pretty much just made out of wood? He
Yeah.
barefooted. I remember I seen blood all the way from my car because
Yeah.
he everywhere he went was barefoot, and
Yeah.
he kicked in our fucking sink, side plywood, and so I think he ended up cutting himself. And walking downstairs screaming, "Mama didn't raise no bitch." It just sat on the side, like on our stairs for an hour, and he kept on punching the wall.
Yeah, man. I'm not necessarily a violent person, so I don't
It
really
was very
fight.
surprising. I didn't think Brandon Lejeune had a three-piece chicken nugget with him.
Yeah, man. It was kind of cool because like you said, can you hear me real quick?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, okay. My fucking right AirPod died, but not my left. So we're chilling. Um I just was like, what's going on? That makes sense now. Yeah, bro, that like fight gained me like notoriety on the team. Like people that didn't know who I was now were like, I fuck with that guy. And I remember just like the fight finished and like all like one of the like there was kind of silence and then just one of the homies was like, I had no idea that you could throw hands like that. And I was like, yeah, man, I don't know. And everyone was just like, yeah, well, I'm done fucking with you. And I was like, cool. And bro, like, I don't know if you know this, but the next day was fall camp. And I thought, like, yo, I'm going to get in trouble. Like, they're going to you need to be more accountable. He shouldn't have punched you, but you need to not. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Some
that
dumb,
bullshit.
football bullshit like that. And coach, our head coach, old Coach Stu, comes riding by and he like, and I see his car and I'm like, oh shit, and I'm alone at this point. Like I'm walking up to my car and I see him coming and I'm like, he's going to say something. and the car slows down. He has blacked out windows, so I can't see anything. The window just rolls down, and he like, I'm on the other side, so he leans his head down. And he goes, and he looks at me, and I'm like, I'm in trouble. And he goes, "What up, Mike?" And then just speeds off around the corner, bro. Like even the coaches were like, "This month." Like I remember like some of like Sub and some of the other coaches coming up to me at practice and being like, "Oh." Be like, I didn't know Lejean here has a 3-piece combo like that. And I was just like, I hope I don't have to keep fighting. I'm not ready for this.
Oh man.
That's a great drinking story, dude.
That is.
I have so many. We have so many together. I mean, we were just like, you were a good, like I said at the start, bro, you were a great friend of mine there. Still a great friend of mine.
Yeah.
And it was fun too, because like I was talking about this with Erica the other day when I went out to Nashville with the group, like not like a while ago when I visited. There were like people I saw for collectively like 30 minutes, and I didn't really hang out with certain people, and I was kind of like, that was weird. But I hung out with you and Ed the most, and I was like, I had a fucking blast with them.
Yeah,
too.
when
Like,
you fucking flew in and we sat outside of a bar for an hour just to fucking leave.
Yeah, bro, that shit was ass. I got there, everyone left me. No one
Oh,
waited for the
dude.
Uber. I walked to
Me and
Broadway,
you
and
can
then
talk about this. I hated that fucking trip.
they left us on Broadway, bro. They left both of us, and then we were too dumb to figure out that we were both on Broadway and paid for Ubers from the same spot separately to the same location. We got there and we looked at each other like,
dude.
oh, fuck, man.
Like I think of this trip. You know how the Bible has like, AD then BC.
Mm-hmm.
I think of when Preston breaks his teeth is like before that's BC.
Yeah.
Yeah, because before that, after that was fucked up.
Yeah, that guy's sober now. What a pussy. Did you hear that? I heard he doesn't even drink
Yeah.
no more.
Uh,
Not bro material for sure.
man.
No, yeah, that
Oh.
trip was it was great to see everyone again, but I felt like I didn't hang like there were two groups, and it was like me, you, and Ed, and like maybe throw in like one other person in there, like who kind of got separated, and then everyone
Samuda.
else. Yeah, Samuda, that was who it was, and everyone else was just together, and we were just
Yeah.
we were this group of 4 chasing the other group, so we got to really hang out and shit, which was nice and
Yeah, I
fun.
remember sitting at we didn't have a car. We had an Uber drop us off at White Castle.
Yes, bro. And we walked through the White Castle line like we were a car. Like someone was like, "Mum, mum, 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 mum," and someone was like, boom, 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 like the music. And we were like, could we get number 1? Hold up. What do you guys want? And then we pulled up to the window, and the lady was dying, and she was like, y'all are funny. Normally I wouldn't let this happen, but it's okay. And we were like, fuck yes. And then we ate White Castle on the walk home.
Yeah, they thought we were an actual car.
It was sick, dude.
We
We
played it off.
impersonated a whole ass car.
We played it off good. And that's how we ate that night.
Yeah,
Even though that food was absolute garbage.
I was so drunk. It was so great. I
Yeah,
love White Castle.
we
I don't have
went-
White Castles out here either, bro.
That's fucking like you're not missing out on that.
I like White Castle, man. I'm a avid. I don't
There's
know.
the-
Cam
after
Garrett
that
might be
night-
listening, and he's an avid White Castle supporter himself.
Well, dude, after that night, I mean, just remembering that walk we had just so we can eat White Castle, then go lay at our Airbnb floor.
I never went to sleep that night.
You didn't?
No,
fucking
because
suck.
the floor was too sticky, and my flight was at 5:30, so I just stayed drunk and caught a Uber to the airport by
That's-
myself.
Tragic, dude.
It was-
I used 2 burgers as a pillow.
That's the saddest thing I've ever fucking heard, bro.
Oh, I know, dude.
2 burgers for a pillow. All right, man. Hey, we're gonna start moving into the last 2 segments to wrap this podcast up, because I could do a 12-hour podcast with you, but people will complain because it'd be too long. So I want to make sure we get some time to do these would you rathers right now. So we're moving into the actual would you rather segment. I got 2 of them here for you. The first one is, would you rather everything taste like sand or everything feels like sand in your mouth?
Oh,
And I guess this is a big question of like, how much of a texture eater are you? Because, I mean,
whatever that first one was, I can't fucking picture sand in my mouth.
Yeah, what is sand? I like the texture of sand would suck,
It's
but I don't
sand is
think
broken
sand doesn't
glass.
taste. Yeah, and I don't think glass, broken or unbroken, tastes good. I don't think I would
That's what
want all
sand
my
is.
shit to taste. I don't
Sand
think my
is
shit would.
glass.
Yeah,
You take sand and you fucking put fire on it, it turns into glass. You
this is the
shatter
most
glass and it turns
inf-
into sand.
this is the most educational episode I think we've ever had. I'm
Yeah, I mean
being
that's
genuine.
facts. Like that's what sand is. Its own little fucking thing. Sand turns into glass. You break glass, it turns into sand. You ever see people eat like light bulbs?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I have.
Yeah. Usually it's like a magic trick, and when they eat glass, the trick is you just chew it so much it turns into sand, and that's how you're able to digest it.
So maybe sand doesn't taste that bad if people like eating light bulbs.
Maybe.
I think I'm gonna go with everything feels like sand in my mouth. I'd rather have like a grainy feeling and my food tastes
I
like a
can't do it.
burger.
I can't.
So you'd want
Every
your
time.
steak to be nice and firm like a steak and then taste like glass?
Absolutely. I mean, dude, texture to me is like
That's
90% of
absurd.
food.
All right,
Well,
fair
dude,
enough, fair enough.
because if legitly, every time I think of sand, I think of like fucking assholes. Was like when you're on a beach and you got like a
Mhm.
wedgie, and I think of
Yeah.
sand. That's what I think of. I think of like a crusty
Okay.
asshole. So I can't think of that texture because I think of a crusty asshole.
Fair enough, fair enough. Okay, so you're going with tastes like sand. I'm going with sand in your mouth. Now, this question I thought would be fun because like I wanted to hear kind of what someone from like where you live thinks of this. Would you rather live in a beautiful cabin in the woods, like a big cabin in the woods, but you're pretty isolated? Like let's say you got a 30-minute drive to like town where you get your food and shit, but you're on a big beautiful plot of land, or would you rather live in a small beachfront studio apartment? Like you got a studio apartment, like probably like, 1,200 square feet studio apartment, but it overlooks, you pick your ocean. You can be in South Padre, you can be in Cali, you can be in Myrtle Beach, wherever you want to be.
Man, I'm sure you guessed this one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely picking that log cabin because I'll
See,
probably end up being. I'm good. I'll probably end up being living in that log cabin.
I like that though. I was just curious because I was like, like to me, like I don't think I'm not like disgusted by the idea of like living in a cabin. I think there's some like simplicity and beautiful to having land, and if you had your
Dude,
wife and
simplicity
kids,
is beautiful
yeah. But
because
beachfront
the
property,
world today is like you got to think of it. Like 200 years ago, dude, simplicity was the only thing you had.
true.
And that's how I think of it now, dude. Like, what's the true motives of life? Starting a
Whatever
family.
you make it, man. Yeah, I guess
Well,
starting a family.
that's how it is now. But back then, dude, you know,
Yeah,
reproduction, food on the plate, house, it's shit like that. You have your life put right in front of you. You got to take it. Now
yeah.
it's like I can go take this lecture and go get an art major for lesbian dance theory,
Mm-hmm.
or I can go this way and be a geologist.
Yeah, I guess that's true, man. Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's really what you
The world's opened up, and I found my little space right here. I like to keep it simple.
That's dope, dude. I love that. Well, real quick, man, we're gonna move into like one of the final segments, and then I got two more questions from the real bros that they wanted me to ask you now.
Real.
The last section we're gonna do right now is the Your Last Resort Media, where we just kind of talk about. Tell me, like I'm gonna fill the listeners in, and then you go and just maybe a good movie you saw recently that you want to shout out. Any good music you just discovered. For me, I watched 3 movies this week,
Okay.
guys. I watched for the first time All About the Benjamins. Never seen that. Just came on Netflix. Super funny. I saw Black Messiah, which is on HBO. It's a very serious movie. It's not like it's about like it's the new one that came out with Lakeith Stanfield, and it has to do with like the assassination of Fred Hampton. So it's not a movie that you're gonna watch and like feel great after, but it's very interesting. And then I watched Soul, that Disney movie that came out, and it was fucking amazing. I give All About the Benjamins a 2. I give Black Messiah a 2, and I give Soul a 3 because I do a ranking scale 1 through 3. And then shows, I started watching Malcolm in the Middle with Erica. And music, check out Eddie Mack, In a Mood. He was on here before. You guys know him. His new song's a banger. Check that out now.
Tell
AD,
you what I watched.
what'd you watch?
Man Trapped in the Closet by R. Kelly.
Man, oh, the doc, right? Is it a doc or a movie?
Dude, it's like 20 different chapters, and it's
Okay.
3 minutes long, and it's probably the
Wow.
funniest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check it out. It's funny, you said?
It's absolutely funny because of how old, it's old humor. I would say old humor for then. Like Weird Al Yankovic made a parody off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Trapped in a Drive-Thru. You ever hear that?
Oh yeah. Weird Al.
Yeah, you
Weird
heard
Al's funny,
that,
bro.
but Man Trapped in the Closet was started by R. Kelly. Now people get turned off just by that because Man in the Closet, R. Kelly pee on me, shit like that.
Yes, yeah, of course, yeah. We're yeah. R.
He's in
Kelly
jail
likes.
now.
Yeah. I mean, probably shouldn't pee on little girls. I wouldn't advise to do that. If you were ever
But dude,
thinking
that
about
shit
it, AD,
was hilarious.
I'm gonna have to check that out. I don't think I've
I
ever heard of
promise
it.
you'll want to watch it.
All right, I'll check it out. Hey, okay, so
Music
you ready?
though, I would say Alice in Chains.
okay.
Alice in Chains is always a good banger of mine.
Yeah, man. If you guys like older rock, go check out. I like Alice in
Yeah.
Chains. Go check it out. That's always a good band. Like, especially to just kind of. There's so many good songs. I like Here Comes the Rooster. I mean, or is that what it's called?
Well, Alice in
Here-
Chains, the lead singer, was having a hard time with heroin,
Mhm.
and a lot of his music was about him having a hard time about it. Trapped in a Nutshell or a Nutshell. One of the most played MTV acoustic. I can't remember how it goes. It's like Unplugged. Yeah, it's called
Mhm.
Unplugged, where rock bands back then they would have them on, and instead of like being rock and roll, they would have them use acoustic guitars and shit. And so Alice in Chains was a rock band, and they brought him on using acoustic guitars and shit. Well, he was so bad on drugs, and he looked so bad, they had to dye his hair pink so his skin would look better.
Wow.
Yeah, so they could put him on air. And what up, Jit?
Preston talk to you.
Oh, Preston.
My brother, he said he's
Yo,
been trying to get
we
a
got
hold of you.
Preston.
Oh, what up, Preston? Is that Joe I can hear?
Hey, what's up, Brandon?
What up, bro?
He's the guy that led the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to the championship.
Yes, and the one who broke his teeth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a tragic, man. We heard you're a sober man now. Real disappointing to hear. We're sorry for the loss. Oh, okay. Gonna need to clip that out for your sake. All right, man. All right. So we're gonna
Where were we?
we're
Alice
gonna
in
wrap it up
Chains?
right now. I'm
Wrap
gonna
it up.
read you the two questions from the Real Bros and wrap this up. The last one that I was told to ask you is, someone said that you've claimed this before, and if it's false, I want to be here to rebut the claim. Are you in fact a sex addict? Or do you plead the fifth? I can also cut this out if
I mean, I won't claim. Yeah, I'm a sex addict.
Okay. I like it. You were like, yeah, I watched you just have an internal debate with yourself. You're like, should I answer that? Am I a sex
I
addict?
mean-
yes. Okay. Yeah, I am.
Hey, the women know what they like.
Yeah, man. I like what I'm looking at. You know what I mean? All right, man.
Absolutely.
This was a blast of a podcast, guys. AD has been feeling froggy the whole time. I wonder if you guys will ever figure out what that means. Maybe if you DM me, I will tell you if you're not a fucking narc. Man, thank you so much for doing it. AD, your guys' season starts this Sunday, right? This episode will be out Wednesday. So this Sunday is your guys' first game. Are you still on the team?
Yeah, I think. If we didn't get snowed out already.
Oh, yeah, it's a crazy snowstorm. Well, if not, guys, you need to watch my boy AD play, watch Murray State play. Do you have anything else that you yourself would like to promote or anything? I'll have your Instagram and all that so people can go check you out, add you on Snap, all that. Anything else?
I ain't got shit.
All right, then. I'm going to close this out right now, guys. For me, this Friday, February 19th at Bricks in Huntington Beach. You can see me perform. I'll be opening and doing sets before Jamar Neighbors, who just did Joe Rogan, and Slink Johnson of he's from the show Black Jesus as Black Jesus that used to be on Adult Swim. You can catch me there, and last week's guest, Jamario McClain. Go check out my new Your Last review. I just put up another one of Chipotle. You guys will like it. And we still got T-shirts and stickers and all that shit. So then other than that, guys, this is your first time or your 48th time listening. I appreciate y'all. I love you, the squad. Keep listening. Make sure you rate, review, and subscribe. And most importantly, thank you for letting us be your last resort. See ya.
This has been a Your Last Resort production.